Welcome back to the channel Numismatic Coins. This brief introduction celebrates the legacy of the 1907 Indian head $10 coin, one of America's most iconic pieces of numismatic history. Designed during President Theodore Roosevelt's bold push to elevate U.S. coinage, and crafted by master sculptor Augustus, the 1907 $10 coin symbolizes a new era of artistic excellence. Though often copied in silver-colored replicas today, the original coin struck in rich gold stands as a masterpiece of national pride, creativity, and craftsmanship. Top 2 First up. The year 1907 marks one of the most important turning points in American numismatics. During this period, the United States was undergoing a cultural shift influenced by rapid industrialization, global trade, and a growing desire to showcase national artistic identity. This desire clearly expressed itself in the redesign of U.S. coinage, which had long been criticized for lacking artistic elegance. President Theodore Roosevelt viewed American coins as uninspiring compared to the finest ancient and European examples. His dissatisfaction prompted a transformation that would give birth to some of the most beautiful coins in U.S. history, including the 1907 Indian head $10 gold piece. Before 1907, the U.S. $10 coin featured the coronet Liberty head design, which had been in use since 1838. Although functional and widely circulated, the coronet design was considered conservative and visually stagnant. Roosevelt believed that a great nation deserved coinage that reflected its cultural and artistic aspirations. This conviction set off what numismatists call the Renaissance of American coinage, a period during which several denominations received dramatic aesthetic upgrades. To achieve this transformation, Roosevelt turned not to government engravers but to his friend, the acclaimed sculptor Augustus. Renowned for his monumental sculptures and mastery of form, was seen as the perfect artist to elevate American currency to a level comparable with ancient Greek coinage. Roosevelt instructed him to design both the $20 double eagle and the $10 eagle, hoping for works that would convey power, beauty, and national pride. Approached the project with bold creativity, drawing inspiration from classical art and his own sculptural style. His design for the $10 Indian head eagle was particularly novel. Instead of depicting a Native American figure, he kept the traditional female Liberty head but adorned her with a Native American war bonnet, a daring fusion that blended classical European allegory with American symbolism. Though controversial to some, the design captured the spirit of Roosevelt's vision, uniquely American, visually striking, and artistically ambitious. The obverse front of the coin features Lady Liberty facing left, crowned with a feathered headdress inscribed with the word Liberty. Surrounding her are 13 stars, representing the original colonies along with the minting year. This portrayal of liberty, powerful yet graceful, departed significantly from earlier designs that relied on more traditional neoclassical aesthetics. Intended the war bonnet not as cultural appropriation by modern standards, but as a symbol of American identity and heritage. The reverse back of the coin is equally iconic. It depicts a majestic eagle standing proudly on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing readiness and defense, while the olive branch beneath them represents peace. Above the eagle appears the motto EPLURIBUSUNUM, and in some varieties the later added in God WE Trust. The design, though simple in composition, embodies strength, dignity, and national purpose, qualities Roosevelt believed every American coin should convey. The first 1907 strikes are especially significant in numismatic history. Envision the designs to be struck in high relief, producing dramatic sculptural detail. However, the mince presses struggled with the high relief dies. Coins required multiple strikes to bring up the full detail, slowing production and causing practical difficulties. The first experimental pieces, known today as ultra-high relief or wire rim coins, are among the rarest and most valuable American coins ever struck. To accommodate commercial demands, Mint chief engraver Charles Barber modified dies to reduce the relief. These lower-relief 1907 Indian head eagles became the regular circulating versions. Although simplified compared to the sculptor's ideal, the coins retained much of his artistic brilliance. This compromise allowed the U.S. Mint to balance practicality with aesthetic ambition. Another important aspect of the 1907 $10 coin is the controversy over mottos. Roosevelt believed that placing in God WE Trust on coins was inappropriate because he thought money should not bear religious expressions. As a result, the earliest 1907 eagles were struck without the motto, creating a distinctive variety. Public backlash, however, was swift, and Congress mandated the motto's restoration the following year. This debate makes the 1907 no motto version particularly interesting to collectors. The composition of the coin further connects it to U.S. history. The 1907 Indian head eagle was struck in 90% gold and 10% copper, giving it a rich golden hue. Any 1907 $10 coin appearing silver-colored today would not be genuine. It would likely be a replica, plated copy, or token made of base metal. Genuine 1907 eagles weigh 16.718 grams, have a diameter of 27 and carry a reeded edge. Although the design was introduced in 1907, the Indian head eagle continued to be minted until 1933, spanning the last era of circulating U.S. gold coinage. Its introduction came near the end of the classical gold standard, and the coin circulated widely in both domestic commerce and international trade. Many were later melted down during government gold recalls in the 1930s, which makes surviving specimens especially valuable today. The 1907 issues are pivotal within the series because they mark the transition from experimentation to practical minting. Numismatists categorize 1907 varieties into multiple types: the initial high-relief patterns, the wire rim and rounded rim versions, and finally the regular-issue low-relief coins. Each version tells part of the story of the mint's struggle to bring artistic vision into mass production. Collectors today prize the 1907 Indian head eagle not only for its beauty, but also for its connection to two towering figures of American culture. Roosevelt and the collaboration between a president and a master sculptor was unprecedented. Their shared belief that national identity could be expressed through everyday objects elevated the coin far beyond its monetary value. The artistry and historical significance of the 1907 $10 eagle have made it a favorite among museums, scholars, and numismatists worldwide. High-grade examples can command substantial prices, especially those belonging to the experimental high-relief category. Even worn specimens carry historical charm, representing the beginning of America's most artistically celebrated coinage era. Ultimately, the 1907 Indian head $10 coin stands as a triumph of American design and a milestone in the nation's cultural development. Its creation fused art, politics, symbolism, and craftsmanship into a lasting legacy. Whether admired for its aesthetic beauty, its connection to Roosevelt's numismatic renaissance, or its pivotal place in U.S. monetary history, the 1907 eagle remains one of the most captivating coins ever minted. Any silver-colored replicas inspired by it draw from this rich heritage, but the authentic coin's golden splendor and historical impact are unmatched. Next up, the 1908 $10 coin, known officially as the Indian head eagle, represents one of the most important transformations in United States coinage history. Minted primarily in gold, not silver, it was part of President Theodore Roosevelt's mission to beautify American money. Roosevelt believed that U.S. coins lacked artistic greatness and wanted designs that looked like the coins of ancient Greece: bold, elegant, and meaningful. The 1908 issue became the first major step in this artistic revolution. The designer of the 1908 $10 coin was Augustus, America's most celebrated sculptor at the time, created several masterpieces for public monuments, and Roosevelt personally asked him to redesign the $10 and $20 gold pieces. Their partnership was bold and imaginative, pushing U.S. coinage into a new era of classical beauty. Unfortunately, died in 1907, but his designs continued into 1908 and beyond. The obverse front of the coin features a depiction of Lady Liberty wearing a Native American feathered war bonnet. This imagery does not depict a Native American person but rather a symbolic fusion: Liberty in a headdress as a sign of American identity and strength. The headdress includes 11 feathers, and Liberty's face is modeled in classical style. Above the design are 13 stars representing the original colonies, arranged in a beautiful arc across the top. The reverse back of the coin shows a majestic standing eagle perched firmly on a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. The arrows symbolize military readiness, while the olive branch represents peace. Unlike earlier coins where eagles were shown in flight or simplified form, this depiction is strong, grounded, and dignified. This design echoed Saint-Gaudens' artistic philosophy: the coin should convey national power and cultural depth. The 1908 issue is historically special because it appeared in two major varieties, one with the motto "In God We Trust" and one without it. Roosevelt initially disliked religious mottos on money. He felt it was irreverent to place a sacred phrase on a coin that could be used for gambling or immoral purposes. As a result, the first 1908 coins were struck with the motto removed. However, public reaction to the missing motto was intense. Many Americans believed removing "In God We Trust" was offensive and even unpatriotic. Complaints reached Congress, which quickly passed legislation requiring the motto to remain on all U.S. coins. Before the year ended, the mint resumed production and added the motto, creating the second 1908 variety. Collectors today distinguish between the no motto and with motto versions. The 1908 coin is made of 90% gold and 10% copper, giving it a slightly reddish or brassy hue in mint condition. Over time, some circulated examples can appear silver-colored or pale due to wear, oxidation, or cleaning. This is why some people refer to them as silver color, even though the metal is primarily gold. The official weight is 16.718 grams, and the diameter is 27 millimeters. The coin was struck at 3 U.S. mint facilities during 1908, Philadelphia No mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Each mint produced different quantities and some issues are rarer than others. The Denver and San Francisco coins, especially in high grade, are particularly prized by collectors because many examples were heavily used or melted down during later financial crises. In terms of production, the U.S. Mint faced major technical challenges with Saint-Gaudens' high-relief designs. The striking process required heavier pressure, multiple strikes, and careful planchet preparation. Earlier 1907 versions had extremely high relief, making them impractical for mass circulation. By 1908, the mint adopted a more moderate relief, balancing beauty with practicality while still capturing the sculptor's artistic vision. The 1908 $10 gold coin circulated widely across the country for trade and banking. It was a time when America still used gold coins for daily transactions, especially in large purchases like land, livestock, or business deals. The gold eagle also played a role in international trade, as the United States was increasingly becoming an economic power on the global stage. The coin's story took a dramatic turn in 1933 during the Great Depression. President Franklin D. Roosevelt issued Executive Order 6102 requiring most private gold to be surrendered to banks. Millions of gold coins were melted into bars, drastically reducing the population of early gold eagles. Many 1908 coins survived, but numerous mint-state examples disappeared forever in the. Because of their survival patterns and artistic importance, 1908 eagles are now considered part of the golden age of American coinage. They serve as symbols of both Roosevelt's vision and Saint-Gaudens' artistic genius. Modern numismatists regard the 1908 issues as foundational pieces in any serious U.S. gold coin collection. Collectors also study die varieties, strike sharpness, luster quality, and the presence of mint marks. Some 1908 pieces display weak feathers or slightly imperfect rims due to the striking challenges of the era. High-grade examples with fully preserved details are rare and significantly more valuable, especially those from branch mints like Denver and San Francisco. Today, the 1908 $10 gold coin stands as a blend of American art, politics, and monetary history. Even people unfamiliar with coin collecting can appreciate the craftsmanship, Liberty's confident profile, the powerful eagle, the balanced inscriptions, and the noble use of symbolism. The design remains admired internationally and influenced modern commemorative coins and medals. Most importantly, the 1908 Saint-Gaudens Indian head eagle represents a moment when the United States sought to redefine itself visually and culturally. Through Roosevelt's ambition, Saint-Gaudens' artistic mastery, and the mint's determination, the coin became an enduring masterpiece. Whether kept as a collectible inherited through generations or discovered in an old family chest, it carries with it a rich story of American identity, controversy, craftsmanship, and evolution.